Wait a minute. That's not what it's like to work here. That recruiting video's just a hunk of shit.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? So, for those of you that know me, I go by the call sign of Aftbiohazard in the verse. And for those of you that are just stumbling across the stream, feel free to call me Bio, call me, Aft, call me Mike, whatever, any of the above, all apply. This is a Star Citizen gaming channel that I've started streaming more and more of. It's all part of a larger organization called Tabletop Nerdcast, which does RPG content. So we do that on typically Tuesday nights. So with that, guys, I just want to say welcome and good morning. So as we start to see more and more people hop over into chat, I just want to say welcome to the stream. And it takes a few minutes to kind of get everything set up and rolling here, so I just want to make sure that I've got my consolidated chat log up. How's everybody doing today? Jelly, you've said you've got no audio for me? Because I am registering pretty hot, actually, at this point in time. I'm watching the bars go. Are you still not hearing anything? Hopefully we'll be able to work through whatever our technical difficulties here in just a second, if that's still what's going on. Good morning, X. Are you having any troubles or difficulties hearing me over on the Twitch stream? Okay, no problem. Just wanted to make sure. By the way, Jelly, I am going to say it early, and I'm going to say it often throughout this stream, because I do have it up and broadcasting at this point in time. You did not need to do that, brother, but I will honestly say thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And as soon as the stream is over, I will be heading over to go ahead and make that purchase and get that over onto the account. So, thank you. So, Xano's having the same problem that you were having, Jelly, it sounds like. Viewing full ad can't hear. Okay. Alright, well, Xano, hold on. Yeah, maybe it's just because you got to get through the ad or whatever's going on there. I don't know. Now, full disclosure, you guys that are regulars, you know that I was not available yesterday. My wife was working on Father's Day, and by the time she got home and everything got settled, I had a, I'll just say it, I had an allergic reaction to a wasp sting as well, and we did not get to celebrate Father's Day. So my wife kind of pushed everything off and surprised me with the kids on doing something, on yesterday. So when she got up, she had made some cinnamon rolls and some other stuff and had some stuff planned for the day. So unfortunately, it was kind of last minute, and I wasn't expecting it, and that's the reason why I did not get an opportunity to get on a stream yesterday. So it was a good day. It was a great day, actually, and I really enjoyed it. But I am ready to be back in the seat, because I was actually fiending yesterday. I saw you guys on Discord last night, and y'all were all like blowing it up and having a good time, and it looked like there was a good 7 or 8 of y'all in gaming and playing. So I was like, oh, I just want to jump over and play. Just didn't happen. So how is everybody's day going? Because I know Sunday is typically my day off, and I just kind of goofed around a little bit on Sunday. And then obviously yesterday with what my wife did. What went down? What happened? I saw some stuff go on where people were like, "I give up." Yeah, X. I could have sworn. Didn't you run into some kind of issue with trading the other day? Damn it, just missed it. Okay, so all right, who got the ballista? I haven't gone through. I did not get a chance this morning to go through and see some of the updates. Who got the ballista? Okay, I'm just gonna let you be creepy. There we go. Oh, so it was a lot of 30Ks yesterday. Oh, okay. All right. Um, was it through the European servers that you were getting those issues, X? Just pray and spam Laranite run. Uh, nice. That was that's good. That was good. Ah, okay. All right. Yeah. So that's one of the challenges that and I'm really glad Zano kind of was so insistent on trying the European servers that day. Um, although I have had a few intermittent issues here and there, um, it's not been excessive. Not like it was whenever I'd click on the best server or US servers. Well, hopefully they'll get a hint there and understand that, or else I will, that they'll get a hint that whatever's happening on the European servers needs to be duplicated on the US servers, and they make those requests because that needs to happen. Oh man. So what else is going on, guys? Like I said, I know you guys were up and running around. So what all happened with the ballista? Um, it sounds like you guys tried to load it in something, and did you guys get a chance to do some testing on it, or what's up with that? And Zano, I saw that you got the Super Hornet. I did see that post actually come across my phone this morning. On to Ralgoth's Valkyrie. How does a ballista fit on a Valkyrie? I thought it was like way, way, way too big. And one size 7 on the Valkyrie. It doesn't. Okay, that's because you guys said it was funny that you guys were trying to load it, so that's why I'm sitting there trying to figure out. Um, obviously we either had a Tetris master or something else was up. Oh, that's right. I don't think I sold the 2 cats that I had full of cargo yet. Okay. Let me make sure I don't need to expedite anything else. Okay. I'm gonna run and go clear those cats out while we're waiting on getting everything started. The attempt to forcibly load was hilarious. I am sorry that I missed that. Um, Morning, Anderson. Welcome back. How have you been? I didn't get a chance to chat with you guys the last couple of days, so just wanted to check in with everybody that was there. Oh yeah, that would Xano. That would have been hilarious. I would have loved to have seen what was going on there. So Anderson, you've been bringing in the big bucks, and I assume that Laranite is still technically flowing as of this morning. Well, hold on just one second. Ah, sorry, that was CVS calling. I guess they wanted to double check up on my allergy meds from the other day. Yeah, it is. Even on Tram and Myers? Oh, okay, okay. All right. So that's not too bad. I mean, that's. I'm just gonna say it. That's kind of fantastic, actually, for people with smaller ships. So that'll definitely work out in the long run for a lot of people. Um, yeah. So X, and again, I'm gonna reiterate this to everybody that is on stream. Um, I am very grateful to Jelly. He actually donated the full cost for the channel to acquire a hull C. So after stream today, I will be going over and acquiring the hull C and trying to get that whole situation squared away and pulled over onto the account, so that as the hulls become available, that we do get an opportunity as a trading community to be able to leverage that, and everybody will get a chance to kind of get a tour and see how it works. You know, again, this is in theory once they introduce them into the game. So I am very appreciative and grateful that that donation was made. So again, Jelly, every time the question gets asked, I will say thank you and make sure that you are given full kudos for that donation. I would try to make sure people don't know Tram is flowing. Made it when I woke up. All right. Yeah. So, Jelly, are you in that situation where you kind of look at it and go, you got to have an ace in the hole somewhere, just so that you have a place that you can run and do certain things that doesn't get just absolutely blasted? Anderson, that is a very good try, but that is not what he wrote on the donation, so I can only go by what was turned in there. And, I mean, we'd have to definitely talk about the Gangnam Style there, um, you know, prior to any donation agreement. I may be a good sport, but I think I have already put enough embarrassing video clips of my fat ass on the web already. No, Xano, I didn't receive the follow-up message. And right on cue, there goes Jelly trying to be a smartass. Got it. Although, here's the interesting thing. One of these days, I may introduce the whole $5 donation for a shot routine and just do Saturdays where it's an attempt to get absolutely blasted on channel. So that would be kind of funny. Um, I think that one would probably go over pretty damn well. You guys get a chance to see me just not giving an absolute flying feathery fuck, just drunk as shit. Um, but I would have to limit the number of hours that I am playing at that point in time because I don't need alcohol poisoning. I don't trust some of y'all being smartasses. See, that is why. All right, good morning, Red Dragon. Good morning, Chris. How are you guys doing this morning? I'm glad to see you on. All right, let me go ahead and clear out these two cats because I had loaded these and then had to jump off the other day. No, so Red, just so that you're aware, what had happened is Sunday is typically my day off, and my wife was at work, and she didn't get home until late on Father's Day. Um, and at the same time, I was out doing some yard work and had gotten stung by a wasp, which I am allergic to. So I had a reaction. I had to deal with all that nonsense on Sunday. So my wife surprised me with some stuff that the kids wanted to do as well for Father's Day on yesterday, and it was started first thing in the morning. So I had no idea that she had plans that were going to span through the entire day. So it was a scenario where I had kind of sent a message really quickly to those that are on the Discord channel to let them know that my wife was doing something for Father's Day with the kids, and that I was not going to be available to stream yesterday. It was again a last minute thing that I was not prepared for or ready for, but as I kind of say, on a regular basis, real life kind of takes precedence, and you know, when somebody's going to do something like that for you and surprise you like that, it's kind of good business to put some other stuff to the side and just kind of make it happen. We got a chance to get out together as a family and go do some stuff that we hadn't done in a long time. So it was really good. It was really enjoyable. All right, now that we've cleared those out, you think they changed because I was able to load a Carrack 4 times in RAW without having to wait. Really? All right. Good morning, APEP. How you doing today? So, guys, unless I see some questions and stuff kind of come in from the basic trading groups that people wanting to get some advice, I'm just kind of arbitrarily up for some generic kind of gameplay. I may make one caterpillar run over here, grab some laranite, just kind of drop some stuff off and wait. But I just kind of want to hang out with you guys, chat and chill, just have a good time. Like I said, kind of missed out on yesterday, and was fiending yesterday evening when I saw you guys doing some crazy stuff. Also, I want to make you guys aware. We are in my area expecting some severe weather to come through again today. Should be right around the time I end stream. But if I do lose any kind of power or connection or anything like that around that time frame, just so that you guys know heads up ahead of time. All right, Boba Fett. Yes, sir. Where did you get the chicken suit? I really want one now after the sweet dance you gave us, you ass. Like I said, this is one of my adult... Boba Fett is one of my adult kids that no longer lives here at the house with me. He is married, has a wife. But we'll just say this. The chicken suit was purchased off of Amazon. And the chicken suit was purchased because Red Dragon came back and said... He responded to a smart-ass statement that I made during a free flight Saturday, and he made a donation to the channel based upon a statement that I had made at the time. And as being a good sport and being a man of my word, I went ahead and purchased a chicken suit so that I could do the chicken dance live on stream. So, hopefully, that tells you where I got it. And if you would really like your own chicken suit, then maybe I can put like a link down in the panels below and give you access to a chicken suit so that you guys can buy it off of Amazon if you would really like. If that'll make you feel so much happier. And yeah, so I know that that's going to end up being one of those memes and probably one of those gifs, and I'm going to take and actually set up a gif of the chicken dance, um, and it'll be one of like the media share clips that can be done as soon as it opens it up and lets me upload my own personal ones to it. So you guys can continue to enjoy the absolute embarrassment that was brought on upon me by that. But again, I'm a good sport. It's still funny. I'll make fun of myself for it for the next coming decade. Yeah, so Zano, that one really actually did catch my eye, believe it or not, the Welcome Citizen one. And for those of you that aren't aware of what we're talking about, since I haven't jumped in a ship yet, this is embarrassing as shit. Would make a good. Okay. I'll take that under advisement, Red. We'll see what happens with that one. Good morning, Ravencrest 91. How are you doing today? Um, so let's see here. Let me hop over and let's see what was done here because I don't remember where. Okay, there's the Welcome Space Traveler one that Boba Fett did for us. Let's see. I don't remember if it's on this one or the other one. No, it's going to be under this one, the general chat. So I need to scroll up here a little bit and see what we can find because I know there's a few more of these little golden gems that were stuck in here. Okay, Brigand. I'll have to look at that. All right. I need to go back through chat here and see what was done. Because there is... Alright. So here's another one that he did. Took various different clips and kind of superimposed them all together in a back alley. So yeah, that's another little golden nugget that he did. Let's see. There we go. That's the one. That's the one that actually caught me initially. Was the Join the Verse Star Citizen one. Yeah, I was totally up for that one. And Boba Fett's already jumping on the fact that there's going to be a reactionary clip. So for those of you that once you have it, Boba Fett, and you have it put up there, just let me know. Put it into Discord, and I'll click on it, and we'll go there. All right. Oh, good Lord Almighty. And no, I have absolutely no intentions of making the chicken suit a regular appearance on this stream. So guys, don't go there. Praetorian. I'm looking for the Hull C. How will you be able to buy it for sale now? All right. So full disclosure, I have to buy it on the gray market. I had already priced it out before I went through and put up the donation tracker there, and I will have to go through the gray market in order to be able to purchase it. A lot of those ships that are like that, where you can no longer see them on the website, you either have to wait until their annual sale happens, or you have to go onto the gray market in order to be able to do it. So, in this case, I'll be selecting to go through the gray market. When we talk about the capital ships, I'm hoping to be able to have enough saved up for the annual sale that happens like September, November timeframe, and see if we can pick up one of the capital ships, preferably a carrier. So that's probably what's going to end up happening at that time, Praetorian. Alright, so like I said, until we get some people in that are actually really asking about, the beginner series, the intro to trading and stuff like that, I'm just going to kind of mess around and hang out with you guys, kind of goof around on chat a little bit. So, Chad's name recommendations. So, what were Chad's name recommendations? I don't know. I'm not getting the context of that one, because I know that you guys were on the other night. Can you help me out there, Jelly? Wow. So 5's not it. Let's see if 4's it. Oh, okay. Good morning, Chad. So let's just quickly go see if we can pick up a load of Laranite while we're waiting here. Oh wait, that's the thing on the turkey beak. Chuck Rogers General. Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about now. I did see that one. Chad and I had talked, had a quick conversation on it, and yeah, I had gone back through some of those posts and had seen some of those, and there were a few that I really liked. Yeah, the Han Solo one was really good. That was the one that I actually commented about. Cluckalorian. This is the lay. For those of you that are maybe new on stream or just wondering what the hell we're talking about, I'm a Star Wars fan, and based on a very embarrassing moment a few streams ago, the Discord community has gotten together, and especially Chad has stepped up and given us a plethora of sayings that could be used for said embarrassing moment. So for those of you that would like to see what we're talking about, there is a tile that's down below if you're on Twitch, and you can go over, take a look, and it'll give you access to our Discord. I just ask that you not bounce in and out of my recording channel, but there are some SAR citizen chats that are set up that you can get access to in order to be able to get trade information, to get ship information, ship loadouts, and obviously the core community posting a whole lot of let's make fun of Mike statements. So I'm good with that. And yes, Cluckalorian, this is the lay. That was actually the one that really got me there, Boba Fett. That was the one I was like, that is fantastic. Out of all of them, that was the one I was like, yep, that's it. Mr. Bulldogs, join our new cult. Our clucking overlord will bring you joy. Yeah, about the whole clucking overlord thing. Bow down, bitches. No, I'm joking. I just wonder, and I hate to say this, I wonder if this stream is going to turn into just a giant chicken joke the entire time that I have it going. I made it to Reddit. Okay. Now, I would like to know who is responsible for making it to Reddit. And I'm looking at you, Mr. Bulldops. I want to say that that is potentially right there. Admiral Eggbar. Admiral Eggbar. Now, that actually sounds like a restaurant name I can introduce into my Star Wars campaign. I think that one's going to be hilarious. I mean, we've already got the Admiral's Snack Bar. Why not the Admiral's Egg Bar? you know, Boba or Bull Drops there. It's really a. I'm really glad I killed your character off already. Uh, Cause Lord knows we'd never be able to complete a stream at this point with you on there. I just saw the Reddit post and the meme, and the comments are insane. All right, so I'm afraid, Boba Fett. I am afraid to go look this up at this point. Okay, link it. We'll take a look, guys. Go ahead and link it. I'm just gonna let the ship fly here for a second. I have no problems. Just chilling. As long as I'm not headed backwards, we're all right. So let's go back over to Discord, right? Let's take this all the way back down. Let's get everything. I could have probably just clicked jump to present. There we go. All right. 11 votes, 5 comments. So, let's take a look at what we see here. Falling Angel. The only valid response. Get gangbanged. Really? Come on. You feel like you'd get clucked real hard. All right. Okay. Posted by the last ones left. All right. So I know exactly who is guilty here, right? And yeah. You and I need to have a discussion. Hey, you know what? Whatever. It's all good. There's no bad publicity. Yeah. Um, so Anderson, there is no bad publicity when you're talking about a stream perspective, but eventually I'm going to be like 70, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I'm going to be like in my 60s and I'm going to be looking for a job that's going to be like my getting ready to retire kind of job scenario. And somebody's going to go back to social media and pull that up, and it's going to be like, explain yourself. Well, all I can say is, you see, I was young and I did this thing, and I opened my mouth and I had to pay for it. Oh man. Let's see, what side of the planet is Everest on? Okay, so I'm going to have to make a jump down here to do this. Like I said, I'm just going to screw around and have a good time with you guys. Speaking of sorry cluckers, where's Zod? Okay. So, I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to interact with Zod. So, guys, who is... I mean, I've seen Zod on chat here a few times, but, he seems to have ingrained himself to the group quite well. So the stream does end at noon my time, so that is about 2.5 hours from now. X. So, what was going on? Somebody hop into Discord. Tell me what the heck was going on. I want to be able to find out, All right, Chad. Oh, wrong one. We did make that jump over, but now we want to head back over to Ariel while we're waiting. All right. Hey, Chad, what's going on?
What's happening, Mike?
I am just very interested in this story because I saw a bunch of you guys on last night on Discord, and I didn't get a chance to get logged in with everything that Marissa had going on for me.
Yeah, well, it wasn't last night. It was we were waiting for him yesterday. It was Sunday night. So what was it? It was Jelly, War Medic, Ralgoff, myself. We had been doing some personal missions, the type that give you crime stats, and we're like, well, while we're at it, let's go ahead and start hacking a bunch of comma rays, which we thought was all right. Well, I'm the one gathering most of the crime stats, me and Jelly. Well, Jelly and I had done the assault, so we got all the homicides, and so now we were. So I was doing the trespass, and we were trying to keep the other guys clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so we're doing our thing, and they're out there running a sentry for us, checking radar, and here comes a warden, and that warden turned out to be Zod Live.
Okay.
So I had just got back into my warden, and we're sitting there having a little dogfight, strafing around and everything, and boom, War Medic's gone. Boom, Jelly's blown up. Well, Zod had a friend sitting out there with an Eclipse, dropping size 9 torps into the middle of the fight, and killing guys, which was a very slick move, by the way. It was well played because we were all tied up on Zod, messing around. So I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. My guys are getting taken out from stealth one at a time. I'm fighting Zod. We're doing a little damage to each other, but I'm hanging in there, no big deal. I was like, screw this, and I jumped. Because there's no point in sitting there dogfighting around when someone's targeting you from the outside. So I launched. Well, apparently my global wasn't working. He's in there calling me names.
Reaper, thanks for the subscription, buddy. Very much appreciate it. All right, keep going. Sorry, Chad. I just want to recognize when somebody's doing
that's
something.
why I stopped. That's why I stopped. So, and actually, Jelly didn't blow up. He was floating in space. So, I hauled ass for a microtech because we had heard that you could stop at any data center and hack your crime site, which is not true, but there is one there. So I hauled ass for microtech. The guy's in there calling me names in global, which I can't see. Zod's talking trash is what he's doing. Ralgoth swoops in, picks up Jelly. Comray's still down, so we don't have to worry about it. I land there. They're chasing me to microtech. I land. They don't mess with my ship.
Okay.
I run inside because you get in those data centers, and they're great choke points. They're great places you can defend from anybody coming in. It's not like SBK. Well, Jelly comes hauling ass in with Ralgoth, opens the rear hatch to jump out, and that's when a torpedo rams it.
Okay.
And blows them to hell. So now Jelly's in jail. I'm sitting there in a data center, running around trying to find a hack. There is no hack. So I said, shit. I come out, hop in my ship, go next one, praying that they're not going to get me too. Well, I guess they realized the choke point, so they didn't come after me, and I finally found my way. But you had to admit, it was pretty slick play, because we were all focused on the one guy, and all of a sudden half of our fleet was gone. Which I say half our fleet. There was 4 ships, and all of a sudden 2 are gone. And it's just one of those nights, man. So we've been waiting to catch Zod and stream, and you weren't able to stream yesterday. We've been waiting to catch Zod and stream and bust his nuts a little bit.
Well, it sounded like he busted y'all's nuts. I got to give him some kudos. I mean, that's, I'm just going to say it like this. If he went after and was able to knock you guys down and knock Jelly down all at the same time just because he had a little bit of a slick support sitting off to the side, that is a fantastic strategy.
It was a great strategy.
Oh, so Jelly was salty on this one. Okay.
Well, remember, he jumped on a ship that didn't have a crime stat, and they blew Ralgoth up, and when they blew Ralgoth up, they didn't get a crime stat for it.
Ah, okay.
And then, of course, he went to jail. And then when he was trying to get out of jail, he couldn't drop his mining tool. It ended up with a character reset. So he was not having a good night. He vowed that evening to come back at 3.10.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, the good news is I think 3.10 is, it looks like it's creeping ever closer. I still think it's going to be the beginning of July when it fully hits, but it's creeping closer. Based upon what I'm seeing from Evocati. He's like me. This is crack. He's got to come back. I get it.
But we've had a good time over the last few days.
Hey, Jelly, you know what? We all have those days where it's just like, and I think I told Chad this early on. There's going to come those days where you're just, when you're like, okay, I think that's enough of the verse for the day. And that's all you can say, is you just had your fill. You're kind of like, screw it, I'm done. I've had a couple of those, and I was dangerously close that day that they did the database wipe and fix some stuff, quote unquote fix some stuff, and I lost 7.2 million. I was dangerously close to that day to saying, crap, I'm just done. The day's over with. But very appreciative again of Anderson for stepping in at that moment, because that's what it's like, you know. I mean, as a community, maybe I don't want to belly flop this. As a community, we just need to make sure that, you know, we're there to kind of help people as they run through, you know, issues, because we all face them. So, I'm going to put this down where I prefer to land it for right now. Make it harder for people to get in here and flip. Was that a gentle enough landing for you guys? Alright, so, let's see, even a 20k range would be fine. Alright, trying to catch up with a couple of those chat statements there. It appears cat is going to resemble a brick more than anything. Jelly. I am not a fan of flying in decoupled mode. I mean, I could give it a try, but I don't think it's going to go well. At least it wasn't my typical abuse the caterpillar routine, right? What happened last night? What kind of landing? Because I know I've seen him doing figure eights and low level planet flying and stuff like that. Was it on par or better than my snatch and grab that we got Jelly out of jail on that one night? With no crime stat? There we go. Man, they just have these terminals are still just so broken. This is insane. Nice for low flying. I would... You'd say on par? Okay, because that one was one where I was like, okay, how quickly can I get in, get on the ground, and scoop you up and get the hell out of there before I actually get a crime stat? Oh, finally, I'm getting some audio effects from these things. Normally, I wasn't getting any audio from these. That must mean I'm on a halfway decent server. I say that, and I'm gonna like 30k here now. I never hear them, Jelly. That's the thing, is that audio just never seems to play for me. So that's kind of why it's like, okay, wait, what was that? As I was walking by. I mean, maybe it's because what I have set in my ear is actually turned down a little bit lower than what's going through the stream. But generally speaking, I never hear that stuff. So, Jelly, did you lose any equipment and gear in the reset? Any vehicles or anything like that? Your M50? All right. Is the M50 a like a really sad loss? Because I know you were enjoying it like from its speed and flight perspective, but not from its combat perspective. Or was it just more of a recent toy? Well, Jelly, I will tell you what. You do not have to grind for it in-game. Again, you have gone way above and beyond for the channel, so next time we are on together, I am buying you your M50. And I don't type in I don't have to do it, because I'm going to do it anyway. So you do not have to worry about grinding for that. I told you before, you went way above and beyond with what you did for the channel already. So, you know, being able to let the org, you know, now acquire a hull C, and that's the way I view my ships, is they're basically org ships, because at this point in time, as soon as things become available in the orgs to be able to allow people to use all that stuff, it is what it is. And in the meantime, whatever, you know, people work and come together and work for, you know, I have no problem sharing. So I will definitely be linking back up with you, and we will get your M50 squared away. I have plenty of in-game currency right now, so that does not bother me whatsoever. As a matter of fact, like I said, right now I'm just pretty much screwing around because I haven't gotten any anybody that's in stream that's brand new or wanted to ask questions about beginner trading. So alright, so what's the total cost on the M50? I haven't looked it up. I don't have the prices in front of me. What's the total cost on the M50? $1.2? Okay. Is it the fastest racer, or is it just a solid racer? Excuse me. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of curious about it because I haven't gotten. It's the most agile racer. Okay, turns good. 350R is like a drag ship. Okay, that's good to know. See, but Xano, as much as that Hurricane would be nice, it sounds to me like Jelly actually prefers his Prowler to most anything else when it comes to fighting at this point. At least his general gameplay. I just heard a random Discord thing pop, so I'm kind of concerned because Boba Fett has been very quiet lately. That's what I thought. Let me land, make sure that this Layer Knight is safe, and then we will flip over and I'll broadcast your GIF. Let's see. Jelly's already on top of it. Okay. Alright. Like I said, I'll broadcast it for the whole stream here momentarily. So I just want to be able to get this run on the ground. Alright, now that that's safe, let me see. Aim to please. Green screen more could have had dancing and a weird... Yeah, see, so that's the thing, is I have multiple web cameras set up across my recording area, guys. One of these days I'll show you what it looks like, but the green screen is only set up for basically when I'm sitting in the chair. And I have one camera that has the green screen configurations and chroma key set up, whereas the camera that I have that I had to set across the way in the studio, that particular one, I did not set up any chroma keys because I knew it would be way larger than just the general green screen. So let's see, what did we do here? No, we don't need the Reddit one. So let's back out of that one. We're here in Discord. So it's sensitive context. Alright, let's see what happens. Nailed it. Yep. We will make that we'll make that part of the stream information, or stream things that can be done. Boba Fett, Twitter will soon know. Alright. You scare me, son. You scare me. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna, you know. I'm feeling triggered. I'm feeling personally targeted at this point. I'm feeling overly sensitive. that's going to be my entire streaming career now. Is I'm going to be known as you know, the chicken guy. That's fantastic. I can see it now. Might as well change the name of the stream to being that chicken guy. I'm almost afraid to see what's going on over there in channel at this point. I'm right to be afraid. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, alright. Here we are. Stepped out of the elevator. Okay. What's happening? What is this? Hold on. Oh, never mind. I'm not going there. Everyone, I want to join Space Mercy. Oh, dear God Almighty. Okay. Alright, so Jelly, you need me to see this one right here, the flying ships is for sane people? Is that what you wanted me to look at? Oh, okay, alright. That's fine. I can do that. So, yeah, that X, that is fantastic. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. I like it. That I can live with. I can live with that one. I'm good there. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to pop out a game to just go look at Discord with some of the stuff you guys are posting. That is freaking priceless, guys. I'm gonna. You're gonna sway me off of the embarrassing point and make this be really fun. Red, I don't think everybody just wants to stare at my crotch all day long if I did that, because that's pretty much where the camera would be leveled. And if you guys do want to stare at my crotch all day long, we're on the wrong stream and this is the wrong channel. Although, this guy right here, he's got it going on. He's got the teabag down to a freaking, you know, a science there at that point. Female viewer demographic. You mean all 18 of them? No, I'm just joking. Most of the time, it seems like the females are getting more and more into more of the shooter games as opposed to some of these flight sim stuff. So, some of the female streamers that are out there that I've kind of come across, you know, and watched, Learn's one of them. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, we've got different ones from like the Gamer Girls, Gaming Clans, and stuff like that. But they just mostly seem to want to stick now to shooters and stuff like that. I think Sims has come on pretty popular for a lot of the female streamers as well. So, hey. but let's face it, the audience is still probably 99% male. So, Red, basically on a daily basis, it resets every single day for, who's done different um, subs and gift subs and donations and things like that. After your initial donation, and remember we had that part of that conversation about how it had set up, and it had set up incorrectly, and it went directly to my PayPal account. You asked me not to give away any personal information on that, so I respected those wishes. Um, the thing is that I went back and found out what settings were wrong and got it all cleaned up. And Jelly has gone through, because I'm doing a kind of a campaign to get a couple of different ships for the channel, and one of them, the goal was set for $315. And that was so that we can get a hull C for the organization as soon as the hull C comes available. I'm going to be buying it on the gray market. So my alerts that are set up for registering what happens that day. And one of them is for donations, and that's why his name came up, is he had gone through the donation link that was linked to my Streamlabs, and that's why it shows up. Tessa D. Why does that name sound so familiar? I don't think I've ever watched her, but I know the name. And hey, if she can make mining interesting and keep people's attention, then so be it. I mean, that's one of those things that I try to do on occasion, because a lot of times you just kind of sit there for a few hours not really doing anything, and you have to pay more attention to that because of the laser rates and the power consumption, stuff like that. Um, Uh, but at least this way, where you get to some flight models and stuff like that, you at least get a chance to get over and really kind of chat more with, with Stream. I just found I had to pay a whole lot more attention while I was mining. Xano, I am not dancing Gangnam Style. It's just not happening. Let's see. So Red, you have had your dance, and that's that. That's where that's staying. Um, it has a special place in my heart, and now has a special place over here on the wall. So, yeah. Having to describe to my wife why I purchased a chicken suit through Amazon was a very interesting conversation. I did not, Xano. Come on, cut that out. That is complete crap. I am not... Yeah, that's not happening. I don't know what your fascination is with Gangnam Style, but, you know, I might break something doing that one, okay? Good Lord. Y'all are going to be the death of me. I already see it. See, you know, I will throw out my back. I'll probably lose a knee. You know, a hip might go out of socket. Who the hell knows at this point? Um, but yeah, that might permanently break me. I have 2 knees, no problem. Damn, y'all just want to see me just like go nuts, don't you? All right. So the army saw fit to tell me, yes, I have 2 knees, and that they are very appreciative of how much damage I've already done to them. So I would like to continue to walk. So I guess that's probably not going to happen. Now, if you guys would like to question, Boba Fett there, who, again, he's my eldest son. You know, he's seen a few things throughout the years. Get robot knees is the future after all. Yeah, but see, the problem is it seems like nowadays everything that they put into you seems like it just messes you up even worse in the long run. Okay, all right, New Balance. All right, Nebulano. All right. So we actually do have some trading questions that are hitting here, guys. So while you guys are just reminiscing over some craziness that's happened, let me go ahead and jump over here to Neblano here and see what we can do. What's going on? In general concept, it's similar to Elite Dangerous. I personally have not played it. We do have some viewers that have played Elite Dangerous. But I think one of the biggest thing that really separates this game from Elite has more to do with the fact that you can get out, you can do things planet side, you have different types of missions. This is more of a Star Citizen is more of a open world concept right now because it's in alpha. So there is really no true direction that it's taking at this point until they introduce later game content. The thing is, Nebulano, it's a what kind of investment do you want to make in the game? You don't have a monthly subscription that you have to pay. They have it available and they give you perks if you do that. But with this, you can purchase a ship, and then you can get access into the game from that point going forward, at least through alpha and supposedly through beta. Okay. It is an absolute ton of fun to play. I will say that as you get more people involved and as you make friends and have a community to play with, it opens a lot more variety in the game. So, Pep. All right. I'll come back to that statement. But ultimately, it's really, if you like flight simulators, if you like flight combat games, if you like doing various things like trading or mining or farming of any kind of sort, as it would be known for any type of RPG game, you'll probably really enjoy the game. I've heard a lot of Elite Dangerous players say that although Elite is more refined, Star Citizen just has significantly more potential. But then you get into the Star Citizen side of things, and it's always to the creator, whose name's Chris Roberts. F you, Chris Roberts, for not having completed a bunch of this game. So it could always come across as alpha test can become very frustrating, Nebulano. So I will caveat that by saying I love the game, I am addicted to the game, and I am staying in the game. But there are a lot of people who do tend to run into issues, and they get frustrated kind of quickly. And the fact that Robert spends most of the pledge money on personal security. Well, I mean, okay, lack of better terms, Xano, and you know that I'm crass and vulgar as much as I possibly can be. I mean, if you have a $368 million penis, you're going to want to have people protect it. So that's just kind of the way it is. And I'm probably getting banned for that. There we go. There's our 30K. I'm glad I was actually sitting here goofing around and talking instead of flying down and loading this bad boy up, because that would have ended up badly. Just waiting for that to catch up so we can get back logged in there. So, Jelly, was that comment based upon the fact that I said I'm probably going to get banned for that? You know, somebody's going to share that over with Chris Roberts, and he's going to be like, that dick. That streamer's a dick. Let's cut his account. Let's take all his money. Let's make him lose all of his ships and all of his gear. That'll be freaking hilarious. What did Boba want? He will come back to that 3 inches. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Well, son, I'm sorry, but, you know, I mean, I just have to share personal stories, and because you're my son and you're here, that means that everybody needs to know about your funky butt crack, and everybody needs to know that, you know, I'm sorry, but, you know, son, you're a 3-inch dude, and that's just the way it worked out. I'm glad you found a chick that digs it, but that's just how it's gonna be. And I can give him this kind of grief. He's my kid. I have all of your embarrassing stories too, son. That's how this works. All you got on me is I married your mom. Oh, I know. I know. Every family gathering from now on is going to include probably a chicken dance display. I get it. But I see it. I have to get a restraining order on you then. Something. So, guys, as you could probably imagine, growing up in my household was an adventure. Um, we had some good times, didn't we? Christmas will be fun for sure. Uh-huh. Well, just wait, because I've got this chicken suit that's going to be regifted for Christmas. You know, you'll definitely be able to get in on that white elephant. You'll wear it with pride. I'm sure you will. In every single one of your parades. Oh, y'all think I'm joking? I will get this chicken suit over to Bubba and have him do his own little dance, and maybe we can broadcast that one. Thanksgiving Day. Well, Anderson, I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping that Thanksgiving Day my family can all get together. Um, Son, how long has it been since we've been able to get everybody together? It was last Christmas, wasn't it? I want to say it was last Christmas is when my entire family was able to get together. And the sad fact is that we all live within 30 minutes of each other. But because of what's been going on with the virus and the lockdowns and everything else like that, I'm hoping we can get together Thanksgiving. I do not want to see a full year go by before we can actually get more than just one or two people together. So if that means that I have to wear um, you know, a chicken suit in order to be able to have a good laugh and a good memory for the family, I guess that's what it's going to end up meaning. Yeah, I'm in that agreement where this too shall pass. I mean, one of a couple things is going to happen. They're either going to come up with some kind of, treatment or not a vaccine per se, but kind of like the seasonal flu shots and stuff like that. Um, or we'll get to a point where we have herd immunity, and um, hopefully one of the two of those takes place. Because I would like to see that end, or not really. It's probably never going to end, but I would like to see the fact that we can kind of get people out and about again. I do this and I stream and I enjoy the entertainment and the interaction with everybody, but I will be honest with you. I really do miss being able to be around people at this point. And that's saying something, all things considering that normally, normally I'm pretty introverted. Normally I can just kind of kick back and spend hours by myself and just enjoy either reading a book or watching movies or kind of, hang out at that point. But this extended period of not being able to be around folks it's it's annoying. It really is. Hey, Luke, normally I'm right there with you. Now, I mean, I would go and I would spend, a month every year out at my hunting lease where I could basically be out there by myself. Um, just stay out in my old camper and, run the generator, go hunting, enjoy it, kick back in the woods, not have to worry about technology, nothing else. Um, so normally I'm like that, but again, there is a certain element of being able to interact with folks, and I'm finding some of it here on stream as well, and like in the Discord when we're all able to get together and BS and chat and hang out and stuff like that. Um, but occasionally, doing stuff like going to the movies or, you know, having a bunch of friends come over for poker night or stuff like that. That's kind of the stuff that it's like, that's what I miss. Um, Zano, I don't know what the loner is on the Hull C. We'll have to find out. I'm assuming they're probably going to do something like the caterpillars, which, I need a fifth caterpillar like I need a hole in the head. Although, one of these days, yeah, we're going to have, like, all the freaking cats out and running, and it'll be like this massive, stupid, crazy Laranite run. Super amount of risk, and we'll see how that works out. Try and see if it's like the biggest trade possible ever done. I'll have to do some research and see. Hold D and E, get a cat and a reclaimer, though. Yeah, so Luke, um, that's been Besdick and Lathan in general. Just the times that I've been able to play, um, yeah, that's just been in general what I've been able to see so far, is that the caterpillars have just been coming like crazy, as well as the Carracks. So it's either caterpillars or Carracks, and that's all I would see pretty much any time sitting out there at either one of those locations. Um, so the hull D is better when you get to the amount of cargo they can handle, but the hull C is the largest ship that can actually land planet side. Okay, that's the reason why I wanted to go hull C. The hull C is not out yet, um, but it's able to be purchased still on the gray market and have it assigned over to your account, which will be wonderful because regardless of what happens reset wise, 310, 311 later on, I have the merchantman and then I'll have the hull C on the account, which guarantees me that no matter what, I will have access to 2 caterpillars at any given time throughout the course of this game, no matter what. So that leaves the organization in a position where we can get multiple caterpillars running again, back up, and get funds generated very, very quickly. Let's see. The hull C cannot land when it is full cargo. Okay? But, at least from my understanding at this point, but it was stated that the hull C could be used to fly to and from and land on planets. So it's kind of that in-between ship that will work both ways for you. So Red Dragon, like, have you watched any of the stations and stuff like that that have like the capital ship locations and stuff like that during Fleet Week? So something similar to that. There's going to be these cargo storage locations that you can fly up to, dock at, be able to offload and store cargo, those types of things. So those are really kind of what's going to end up happening, is how it's going to work. So the cargo storage itself is really what's going to, and the cargo bays are really what's going to make or break trading in this game. And I'm really hoping and holding out positive hope that they don't mess that up. Let's see. Are you aiming to buy any of the in-game ships in the next patch? I haven't decided yet. It depends. I want to be able to test them. I want to be able to fly a lot of the things that are going to be out. So I haven't decided yet. Let me get this sucker lined up and landing. Good discussion last night about how the economy will shift and change when the hull and the cargo decks with the new flight models. Yeah, I know. I heard the lock sound. That's why I was kind of like, let me just get jumped. Something was going on. I wasn't getting anything else because I wasn't seeing anything radar-wise, and I wanted to be able to kind of bolt from that location. I am sorry that I actually missed that conversation. I really would have enjoyed being able to get in on that one. Now, see... Oh, Bagonis is on server. Alright. Yeah, Xano, so is that your stealth ship that's tailing me at this point? So yeah, basically, by the time everything's said and done, I think the caterpillars will be a fantastic tool for everybody to have. I think there's going to be certain commodity trading that is going to be geared towards those types of vehicles, um, and then um, I think that the whole series are going to have a whole different set of commodities that they're really going to be working with. A lot of other things that'll be taking place that I think will really enhance the game. This is the red wedding all over again. Hey, no spoiler alerts for those that may have been living under a rock, and you know. So what I'm going to find interesting is I want to see how it plays out, guys. So if it's one of those scenarios where, for like a hull, you could have a caterpillar that goes down, or a series of caterpillars that goes down, comes back up, opens its bay doors, and then uses the tractor beams to transfer cargo over to something like the whole series or something like that. I think it's just going to be a really interesting twist on how stuff is going to play out. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not too worried about the mole. You're here, Xano. You can chase them all off. I'd be freaking out if I was sitting in a mole. And all of a sudden you came in on me. Hell, you had me nervous just when I was sitting here and you locked in on me with the stealth ship. No, APEP, I don't think we need to set the ballista up right now. I mean, like I said, I'm just going back and forth. We've only had, one or two, questions from some new folks that have popped in and out. But I'm really just kind of kicking back and chilling and, gonna add, with this trip, when all this is said and done, hopefully I'm gonna be able to turn around and sell this, and that'll add like 600, almost 700K back into my account for the day. Are you firing at the Cuddy? I could have sworn I saw some shots come in at that Cuddy. Alright, well, you stick around and make people nervous. That's kind of fun. Hopefully old boy's just using his Cuddy there, because that's what he's got available to him, and he's just messing around. Damn, Jelly, seriously? Jelly's just promoting violence. What's up with that? I mean, part of me wants to steal his ship, just to be an ass, right? Yes, that Eclipse is a sexy looking ship. Um, Anderson, I don't think so. Um, I don't think it can take any commodities, not in the way that it's set up right now. Um, it would be nice if they would give like the Mole and Prospector or whatever the ability to turn around and have something along the lines of you could get rid of the circular pods, the mining pods, and attach some basic cargo pods. I think that would be great modularity functionality. Um, make that ship able to do multi-role. Oh, I mean, why else would you want cargo space on a ship? Got to be able to have something you can do with it. I mean, a solo player only owning a mole, it's an ineffective mining ship in my opinion. It can still do some stuff, but it doesn't mean that it's fantastic. So yeah, Zano, keep an eye on him just in case, because I know he's going to be lifting off behind me. I saw him running back to his ship. Just at least until I can make my jump. That is not what I want. Quit being so picky. There we go. Um, yeah, I mean, I know it has 90-ish as far as your overall spacing is concerned, um, but I mean that makes it on par with like the constellations, right? It's not going to be the most fantastic thing in the world, but I think for people who have invested in a car in like a mole or something along those lines, it's really a give them some give them some way to kind of make some money besides just sitting out there having to exit the pilot seat if they're a solo player and then go down to the mining head. Oh, get it. I get it, Jelly. But people who buy a mole do want to mine. Um, but that was the challenge that I have. Is to me, it's not effective unless you have a crew. And even then, finding the right rock faces and the right bundles of rocks and stuff like that to make it viable, it was a challenge. The time that I tried it, it was a challenge. uh, the Connie, the lizard of the Star Citizen world. Every time you get attacked, just drop an engine somewhere, let them feast on the engine, and run away. Yeah, got it. See, but that's the problem is, Jelly, a lot of people that are getting into the game or new to the game, they don't realize you know, because they don't do quick research. They look for something that looks cool, and they jump on something that's at a price point instead of paying attention to, you know, more about the game. Now, again, that's on them for not having done their research. But I'd be pissed if I spent that much money to get a mole and then realized, oh, by the way, it kind of sucks gameplay-wise unless you have friends to play with that want to get on, and that's what they want to do is mine all the time. Oh, I agree, Zano. That would make the mole a much better option. Is given the pilot like on a prospector, given the pilot access to do it without having to get out of the seat. That would make a fantastic modification to that ship. Let's see if I can land this badly. Yep, she's on the ground. So Zano, you just out running your multi-missions again, seeing how much you can get. Gonna go hunting. Yep, that is definitely Zano there. You're really enjoying the hell out of those missions, aren't you? Oh yeah. So Jelly, I agree. If you've done that, you definitely have more than enough money to buy a Caterpillar. Alrighty then. Okay, so here is an example of my piss poor parking job for the day. Just leave the nose hanging up there in the air. I need to put a compilation of my bad landing jobs together. Just have a quick little fun escapade of that flashes across the screen on occasion. No, Jelly, it won't even scratch it. I may have a repair bill of like 25 AUEC. Something stupid. Oh, I hear Discord going again. Are we getting more memes? Are we getting more things to pop in there? Or should I bother to go check? No pictures or links. Okay. Just general chat, huh? Okay, that's all good. Just gonna walk on over here and do my casual sale and make my 600K for the day. boys sporting some nice little clothes there. It's fashion week here in the verse. Knowing me, I'd completely forget and I'd walk outside without without my helmet on, without putting my armor back on. Totally just die. So what's everybody's plans for this evening? Who all's planning on being on a little bit later on today? Because I will definitely be able to hop back on later on this evening. Be able to get some good gameplay in, maybe do some killing missions. See if we can go get some crime stats and do some dumb stuff. Right now I have 10:45 in the morning over here. Alright, Jelly. Well, I'll be around definitely because, like I said, I want more experience on that side of the game. Okay, so I know I will be back on before that point, Xano, for sure. That's not going to be an issue. I'll probably hop back on maybe around 4 p.m. my time, and then run until probably about 8 or 9 tonight. Just having a good time, going out and doing some of those missions and stuff. I'm really kind of, beside myself that we didn't have a bunch of new people jump in today and asking a bunch of questions about about how to do trading. It's kind of interesting. Well, Xano, I mean, if you hold true to form, then you're probably going to knock out a bunch of those missions and get yourself somewhere in the neighborhood of what? Another 1.2, 1.3 million easily, just by knocking those out. Yeah, X, I don't think I've made everybody a pro at trading. I think the game system right now, because of what's happening with Laranite, is making it very, very easy. I think what's going to end up happening is that you're going to see a fluctuation of people that once the economy goes back to the way it's supposed to be, you're going to see a lot of people that are probably going to go back to struggling with trading again. Like, I mean, geez, I'm sitting at that 11 million mark right now. I mean, this is one of those where it's like farm a little bit extra and grab the hammerhead, or or if it just stays this easy and I keep farming up a bunch of money, maybe we'll do a surprise giveaway on Friday. I'll call it a surprise, but maybe Friday's giveaway is we'll buy somebody a Caterpillar instead. I think that'd be a fun little deal. If I don't have any crazy losses or anything that happens between now and Friday, then I think that's probably what I'll do. So those of you that are here that are on stream, instead of maybe again, that's dependent on how the week flows. But if Friday rolls around and I've just been able to bank up a bunch more money, then I think that's probably what'll happen here is we'll end up giving away a Caterpillar on stream. So instead of the Cutlass Black. So Southtown Odyssey, first time here. Welcome to the stream, bud. This is just kind of a local, easy kind of hang out and chill. Teach people how to do trading and just enjoy the community. Have chats back and forth. Yeah, Anderson, that might be the deal. I mean, obviously, if I have a good week, I mean, because I'm just casually running right now, right? I mean, you guys have seen me trying to go crazy on trying to get groups together and run caterpillars and have major loads and do these $1 million profit trades. And I mean, if I'm not running into issues and I'm not losing anything to 30Ks this week, then I'll probably be north of 15 million in currency. So if that happens, then why not share the wealth? Why not go ahead and let Friday's giveaway be the end of the month giveaway be a ship that everybody covets. So yeah, Southtown, basically right now, because of what's happening with Laranite in the game and Titanium and a few of these others, I've been almost exclusively running Laranite runs on a Caterpillar. So it's tons and tons and tons of cash. Granted, Anderson, you are correct. It is the highest risk. I mean, you could lose 1.4 million if you 30K, and then it takes you approximately 4 caterpillars to, to really make that up. So. Southtown, are you saying that you're not familiar with this game at all? Star Citizen? Are you just kind of stopping by to check it out and see what it looks like? Like I said, feel free to chat back and forth with me here, bud. That's what it's all about. Ah, okay. Alright. So, let me let you in on what this is. This is Star Citizen. It's essentially an online MMO alpha test. It is a game that is currently being crowdfunded. And the development team, it's an older programmer that worked on old video games and has decided that he wanted to come up with his own MMO. And in this one, it's like a space flight simulator as well as a combat. It's got first-person shooter modes to it. It's got flight sim. It's got training. It's got its own economy to it, the whole 9 yards. So it's just kind of this open concept, kind of fun kind of little world at this point. But that said, it is not very, because it's an alpha, it's not a finished game. There are times when it looks like it's a finished game, but it is not a finished game. Okay? You do have to understand that this game has a lot of error codes to it, a lot of things that runs, that can cause you issues. So let me stick around for a few minutes, and I'm actually pulling out one of my ships right now. I'm gonna run back over, and we'll get this thing up in space, and you can kind of take a look at what it's like. All right. So one of the core concepts behind this game is its space, right? So one of the things that you can see is that there's going to be a ton of highly detailed types of ships that are available in this verse, um, and it'll give you options to either again, some of it does mining, some of them do mining, some of them do trading. Like this ship right here is intended to be a merchant ship, so it's a trading ship. Um, some of them are specifically built for combat. Um, they have vehicles that are intended for ground use, as well as space use. Um, they've done a lot of detailed work within these ships to kind of make it very immersive. Yep. There is, like with anything else, there's this concept of piracy. So there's a lot of people that do try and play like they're pirates. Okay, so unlike an MMO, right now, because this is an unfinished game, there are not dungeon raids and boss battles. Okay, what you run into is you run into different, like, small submissions that you can do. And as soon as I get lifted off here and I can click over into um, another view, I'll show you what I'm talking about. There are some missions, like what Jellyhead is saying. There are some missions where you can go out and you can take down certain ships. You can go hunt down people. You can do bounty hunting. You can do larger space battles, stuff like that. You have a couple where you have to go do space battles, and then you have to EVA out of your craft in order to be able to get onto another one, and then you have to do first-person battles at that point. So there are some things that are out there, but it's not like a World of Warcraft or anything like that, where the purpose is going out to raid, to get equipment, to get gear. Okay? The purpose in this one has more to do with getting different ships. Alright, so Anderson. Interesting fact, it takes 80 ships right now to crash a server. Really? I mean, so you're talking about even if somebody just leaves a ship that's sitting there, like what we were doing with the Caterpillars the other day, that if you have 80 ships registered on server at that point in time, it'll crash? Holy crap. Alright. So we were probably adding to our own instability at that point. Alright, so Southern, let me show you something here real quick, if you're still hanging around. This little device is called Moby-Glass, and this is kind of like your player background, all the information that you have on your player. But what it is the missions that we're talking about, they have different ones where you can go in and you can run different things. So you have different types of missions that you can select from and stuff that you can run through here in order to be able to generate and do more type of gameplay. So that's kind of where this game is different than others, is right now it's an open world concept. It's an open sandbox. It's not trying to drive you down one pathway or another. There were some files back 438 for the Icarus to fly around. So we need to take it down. It probably led to the destruction of Port Olisar when Crusader's landing zone is done. Destruction of Port Olisar when Crusader's landing zone is done. Okay, well. Will they really destroy Port Olisar, or will they kind of treat it more like it's a basic, like, Everest Harbor out of Hurston? Have you heard anything on that, Jelly? So they really are just going to get rid of it. That's sad. Port Olisar is really, I kind of got, hate to say it, it kind of holds a special place in my heart because that's where I first launched into the game. Oh well, you know, hey. As long as they put in some equally good content, Jelly, I will be okay with that. But I will still truly stand behind the fact that I will say that it will be kind of a sad day officially when Port Olisar is gone. Hey. So, are you saying that? Okay, Jelly, hear me out here. Are you saying that at the end of the day, the fate of Port Olisar will be in the player's hands based upon um, some kind of mission? I mean, because if that is the case, then that is one of those rare moments where I will stand up and say Chris Robert is owed his dues, because and his team, because that would be a fantastic thing, making the game that kind of interactive. You think maybe X is it a and we're all spitballing here, but do you think maybe that will turn Port Olisar into one of those freight locations for the larger ships to be able to get in and out of system at? Um, well, in the RPG version, when it actually opens up, maybe that is what'll happen is when you're playing that version of the game, that if something does go down and you don't complete that mission, then maybe it's just left as a smoldering hulk. I mean, I could see something like that. I mean, that would make it a little bit more interesting, for sure. Turn into a Grim of Shorts, possibly. Okay. That's very possible. I mean, like, we're not in those development meetings, so I can. It just sounds like there's so many opportunities that they could reuse that for. As a matter of fact, I mean, maybe that becomes something like it becomes a pirate haven, um, kind of like Grim Hex, and Crusader itself becomes more of a pirate haven. Um, that way, it's more of a general lawless area, and you'd have to fight your way through the freaking Port Olisar as a station itself. I think something like that would bring some interesting gameplay. Jelly, I'm not so much on a go no go kind of meeting perspective. I'd be more inclined to say I would love to be involved in one of those, um, in one of the actual design meetings where they're getting ready to take that information to, like the directors, the different directors, and those director meetings. Those are the ones that I think would be fantastic to be able to be involved with, so that you know what the direction of the game is. To be able to really truly make changes in what you see from the overall game. Because I've had my share of those go no go meetings, and I'm not. I don't think you get a ton of information there. I think it's more the design meetings that I really felt like I got more, at least from an analyst perspective. Those where I felt like I had more information thrown at me. And I know since you do programming, you'll understand this one. It's those giant conference room whiteboarding storyboard meetings. Those are the ones that I found to be the most fun in my career. Yeah, okay. I mean, I get it. You know, to each their own. Where what you feel is more entertaining to you, or again, as a as someone who does programming, there's I do the requirements gathering and stuff like that. That's where I like the whole storyboarding aspect of it. Yep. Because Jelly, those are the sessions, in my opinion, those are the sessions that the world is your oyster, right? I mean, the old saying, the world is your oyster. Come up with anything you want. Throw spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks, right? I mean, because you never know what's going to happen as a result of those meetings, and what kind of influence you can have over a design project at that point. Um, I mean, me personally, I always liked getting, even though that's typically an end user and a story, like a narrative kind of perspective, I always liked getting my developers involved in that as well. Because I think when the developer was involved in it, they feel more like they have a stake in it, and it tends to lead to a much better final product. Of course, I love that little free look issue that keeps going on. That is annoying as all get out. Let's go ahead and set that one so it just heads for orbit. Anderson, yes, that is a very valid point. I think that you are correct. The customer support should be greatly expanded upon. Um, they're Chris Roberts is going to have his group um, understand that as fantastic of a game that they are trying to put together here, that if they do nothing but frustrate their players because of um, continuous issues and functionality that's in the game and resets, losing stuff, things like that, that they are going to drive away their base. And it's kind of something like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic did. Um, I think it was a great concept, even though the graphics were terrible at the time. And then they just started really making some stupid decisions that were frustrating their players, and they just lost player after player after player, and it was at a point where they really couldn't recover from it. So yes, I think they need to get that customer service aspect in mind really quickly. All right, guys, I need to put you on hold for 1 second. I've got to take this call. Mute. That is a bad thing. Blah. All right. So what I was saying, guys, is I actually had one of my recruiters call me. That's why I had to take that call. So it's an opportunity that's here locally that they're just trying to make sure and see if they can present me for. So, yeah, I know. That was where I was going with that whole comment there at the end was I had left a full load of Laranite just floating in space to take that call. So it was a risk. It definitely was a risk. Well, so it's just presenting me for an opportunity right now, and that's all anybody could ask for in the economy and what's going on right now. So anybody that's ever worked with professional recruiters and headhunters, you know that they always got to get your permission before presenting you to a client that's come to them. So it's really what it is. We shall see what happens. But a couple things back where I was talking, you guys told me I was muted. Jelly, you had made a comment back to Anderson about the customer service side of stuff, and what I was saying is that I know that they're a big company and that they've had a few issues here and there, but one of the best customer service experiences I've ever had from my gaming experience has been Blizzard. The way that they've automated certain aspects of it and the way that they have the ability to quickly respond and reply to certain things, that in and of itself to me, has kind of separated them from most people when it comes to customer related issues. So I think they're a great organization that CSI could model after, and that they could figure out how to bring that aspect into the game. I think maybe I ought to pick up that speed so I can get that cargo on the ground a little bit quicker. But if I continue replying... So, I think that's the deal. So, like, Jelly, and Anderson, my experience always was that you could go through a set of tools online, and if that doesn't resolve it, then it does tell you to contact customer service. And then at least your set of tools that are online has created ticket numbers that the customer service people could quickly open up and see that you've gone through the steps to try and resolve certain things. And, that's a very effective combination. I mean, when you're talking like account resets, locks, missing items, equipment, stuff like that, client crashes. I actually had Blizzard at one point in time walk me through configurations on my machine because of some updates that had taken place. So those were some things that's why I feel it personally separated people, or separated them in the MMO world from others. I don't... Oh, wrong button. I don't have a final number of how many devs that they're sitting on. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I didn't go out and take a look at careers careers there. There is a facility, or there's a location here in Texas, in Austin. And I had actually thought about becoming part of the problem. But unfortunately, they don't have anything that lines up very well with what my skill set is. Oh, APEP, no game company is ever going to be easy to work with when you're telling them that you want to stop paying them. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, for crying out loud, have you ever tried to like cancel a, and let's not talk about games here on this one, but have you ever tried to like cancel a credit check company like Experian when you're in part of the or Equifax when you're actually part of their site and you're paying a monthly fee for them? Oh no, they can't, they won't tell you squat. They won't help you at all. It takes you months to get rid of that crap. So Jelly, C plus is really not that hard to learn if you have other languages that you understand. Um, Granted, are you going to be a senior programmer right off the bat? No, but my experience has been once you learn a language, you can pretty much pick up most syntax, or most languages pretty easily. You just have to learn a little bit of a differences in the syntax. Um, but it's like anything else. You need to have a lot more experience for it to really kind of play through. Um, yeah, true. And it's because Python is very easy to use, and C Sharp is kind of truly that universal language. Um, I've seen a lot more happen there, and again, with Python being so easy to use, it's like extremely easy to integrate to other stuff. So that's why Python has kind of stayed the way that it has. Um, it's kind of like back in the day. I mean, you can find people that still know it now, but Cold Fusion, right? Way back in the day, people would program and do their websites and integrations through Cold Fusion, and a lot of those aged out websites, companies still have some of those sitting there, and those guys now get to charge top dollar. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of programming, right? Obviously, as a former analyst, I know enough, SQL in order to be able to do whatever scripting that I need to get to any data elements that I need to be able to examine those packages as it related to like Oracle and stuff like that, right? And enough that I could go through and read the log files to be able to figure out what issues were happening. Um, I do know a little bit of C++. I do know a little bit of Python, which I've been teaching myself at this point. Um, so it's all those kinds of things that I've kind of picked up just on my own. Um, so I know that there's some fantastic ways to go out and learn some of those languages. So if it's one that you want to add to the repertoire, just take an hour a day, sit back and go through it, and you'll be able to learn it. And I know programming discussions are a riveting television for people right now. So, any which way. Um, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm probably going to wrap up just a few minutes early here. So once I get back to the trade terminals and sell some stuff, those of you that want to hang out a little bit longer, feel free to jump up over into Discord and we can we can chat. But as soon as I get done with the sale over here today, I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap up the stream for this morning and get my daughter over to the SPCA. She is volunteering today. And then once she's done, I'll head back over and jump back online, and maybe I can join you, Xano, for some mercenary missions and get some killing done. $275K so far. Not too shabby. That's pretty nice. Now, I'll be able to help you with anything but a freaking Vanguard. That ship is now officially on my shit list. After the other day. "30 minutes of trying to shoot that damn thing down." I mean, freak, I did more damage to a freaking Carrack than I did to that thing. There's art of the Warden that is invulnerable, as long as it's not bugged. Okay. Alright. No problem, guys. So like I said, that is going to probably wrap me up for the day. Let me go ahead and jump back over to our Wall of Fame. And as you guys can see, you know, I did go back and check a few things, and apparently my son, Mr. Bulldops, did do our channel's first gift sub, so I went ahead and added him onto the list. And after having been corrected by Flatline there, I was able to go back and dig through the logs, and I was able to find that the individual who did our first raid to the channel was Stock Project. So I just want to make sure that they are there and they're sitting on our overall Wall of Fame here. So as the channel comes up across new firsts, I will definitely be adding them back into that. But let me go ahead and click off our credits today, because it just was a very very low-key kind of day. We did pick up 1 subscriber today, so that is very appreciative. And guys, I will be wrapping up, and see you guys tomorrow.